Well, welcome to Jet Life, and we're talking about Fast Forward Edition 7 of Going from the Pits to Your Purpose, and it's part 4. It's the final part of Fast Forward. Is there a time to look back? Is there ever a time to look back when we're talking about Fast Forward? Well, here's what we've been talking about, and then I'll share what this hammer is all about. But what we've been talking about is Fast Forward. I mean by that is, if we're going to win at life, if we're going to pull out of the pits and into a purpose, God's purpose for our life, then we need to leave the past in the past and fast forward, focus forward, and on Jesus and His ways and His will for our life. Because if we ask Jesus into our hearts, we've been made new. That's what the scripture I shared with you first was, that we've been made new, a new creation. The old is gone, so leave it gone. Leave it in the past. Second is this: don't let people tempt you to live in the past or to be that old person you used to be, because Jesus said, I made you new, so you're not that anymore. The third thing is, have a single forward focus. That's on Jesus. Give Him your all, and He will take hold of you. So that's a great promise that we need to take hold of today as we close this thing up. When that happens, when we do all of that, we might as well start singing that song, Can't Touch This. You know, the MC Hammer song from a long time ago? Dun-dun, dun-dun, can't touch this. And then he goes, hammer time. And that's why I've got the hammer, is because the hammer time is we're going to hammer the old life out of us, Jesus is, and He's going to chisel out a new life for us day by day as we follow Him. He's chiseling us, making us more like Him, and making us more successful in this world. So like a good friend of mine from Newport, Oregon, that's an Alaskan fisherman, he comes to visit and he brings his dogs. One visit he brought this dog named Dixie that's an English pointer, and that dog knew there were 6 chickens that lived directly behind our house. And that dog was so focused on those chickens, he was so focused that even if Michael called him to come, he would not come. He'd just sit there pointing and staring at those chickens. Michael would actually have to go over, pick him up, and take him to the motorhome. The whole time the dog's head would turn toward those chickens. He would not let go of it. If we can focus like that dog of Michael Green's, then we've got it. Our forward focus and leave the past in the past. As a Christian, that's what our lives should look like. So don't forget that, if that's a good illustration for you to hang on to. But the question to end with today is there ever a time to look back? And I say, of course there is. God may take you back to a time in your life that He wants to work on, but let God be the one that orchestrates that time, not us, not you. Because here's the deal. If God does it, He'll have a positive purpose in doing that, in bringing it back to your mind to deal with it. There's inner healing. He'll show you that He was there in the midst of it. He'll give you some understanding. But the other way, if we choose to do it any other way than God's doing, the difference is Satan will have negative purposes. Other people being used by the enemy would have other purposes that aren't worth the time of day. It's a waste of your time. So we can learn from the past, but we don't have to live in the past. So that's how we want to close this. There's a lot. If you missed anything, please check us out at Facebook or on our website, and check the other segments out on this Series 7 called Fast Forward. Have a great day. Win at life.